still didn't start yet. All right, now it started. I'm getting good at troubleshooting these bullshit with the social media and the whole nine. Um, how y'all doing? Hope y'all doing wonderful, magnificent, and great. I know I am. You now listening to your boy Jonah Bay. This is Consultation Wednesday, where I answer y'all's questions on the laws that we went over. We have an up and coming webinar, and it is November 8th. So that's like next Saturday, I believe. November 8th. It's on the executor. Take over it all. Take over all of it. Which means your straw man, the trust accounts, the estate, the whole nine. So this is where I show you how to do the exact paperwork with the Treasury and with the IRS and all that. So it's a doozy. You know what I mean? We're going to be talking about something on that matter tonight. Now, I had gotten a testimony and someone had did part of the paperwork for the executor. He did the first step. And, well, actually, this person didn't even do the first step. I stand corrected. He was hearing me talk and teach about the executor. So he wrote a company and said, he's the executor and try to get them to discharge or whatever for them, right? And the company asked them, well, who's the authorized signature? The authorized signatory. He didn't know how to answer it. And I said, first of all, not only do you got to know who the authorized signatory is, but you're going to have proof that it gave you the authority and all that. You got to do paperwork. You can't just run around saying you're the executor and you don't have no proof. No proof that's filed with the county or anywhere else. It don't work that way. I said, I don't know who you've been listening to, but you ain't been listening to me. Why the hell did you think you could just go off and use it and it was going to work? Anything that can be proven must be proven. That's law. You know what I mean? I thought y'all all knew that. I stand corrected. There's a lot of things that people don't know. And they be listening to other teachers give them half-truths. Now, my viewpoint on a half-truth is you can give me 90% truth and 10% lie. The whole shit is a lie to me. That's the way I look at it. Because you're not going to get the results, right? So keep that in mind. That is the best lies. Because I can give you mostly truth and it look like it's true, but it's not. And it's not going to work for you. That's a problem. That's a major problem. So let's go into the Cestui Que Vie Act of 1666. The Cestui Que Vie Act of 1666 is the very thing that put all this into fruition. That's what made or turned your last name into an estate. And you don't own it and you're dead at sea. In commerce, you are dead. That's the reason why, because of this act. So let's start reading it. An act for redress of inconveniencies by want of proof of the deceased and persons beyond the sea absenting themselves upon those who lives estates do depend. Did you hear that? Did y'all really understand what it just said? It's an act to redress of inconveniencies by want of proof. It said you're going to have to prove it. Of the deceased persons beyond the sea or absenting themselves, upon whose lives estates do depend. That was a legal ease way of saying the estates depend on someone alive, but all of it is seen as a estate in debt. Then it says, recital that the Cestui Que Vie have been beyond the sea, and the revisionaries cannot find out whether they are alive or dead. So you're going to be considered dead until you make yourself known again that you are alive. And you're going to have to do it in law. That's what executorship is about. Then it says, whereas the diverse lords of manors, and others have granted estates by lease for one or more life or lives. It just told you that the estates are dead, and you got landlords that are leasing your estates out to people, letting other people use it, right? Someone just opened their mic. I could hear your mic. Can you please mute out? Then it goes on, or else for years determinable upon one or more life or lives. So life would be like your grandmama or grandfather. Lives would be when it went to your mom and then to you. That's lives, and no one still collected the estate. It never came back. That's the situation we all are in. Then it goes on, have been granted and have gone beyond the seas, or so absented themselves for many years that the leaseors and revisionaries or revisioners cannot find out whether such person or persons are alive or be dead. Now, first of all, I think we got to look up what is a revisioner. We can't understand what they're talking about if we don't know what that means. And it says revisioner, a person who possesses a revision to property or privilege. So a revisioner would be actually your federal government, your state, your county. Your county actually owns or are the trustees of the estate that owns the property that's in the estate. And they can lease it out. Guess who they lease it to? You, the beneficiary. Jonah John is getting the right to lease it or to use it as a beneficiary, but he is not the owner. The owner is the estate, the last name. So that's what revisioner means, right? Then let's look up a tenant or tenants. A tenant, a person who occupies land property rented from a landlord. See, even if you own a house, if you got to pay property tax to the county, you are actually literally renting it from the county because they are the revisioners, because no one came up to say that they are the executor and the owner. Yeah. This is real law. Okay. So let's go back. By reason whereof such a leaseor or revisioners has been held out of possession of their tenements for many years, after the lives upon which such estates depend are dead, in regard that the leaseor or revisioners, when they have brought the action for the recovery of the tenements, have become put upon it to prove the death of their tenements. when it is almost impossible for them to discover the same, for remedy of which mischief frequently happening to such leaser or revisioners. Then it got other acts. Other acts you might have to look at is Statute Law Revisionary Act of 1948, Statute Law Revisionary Act, same one, Statute Revisionary Act of 1888, and Statute of Law Revision Act of 1448. So you're going to have to read all three of them to get a real gist of what's going on with that. Just to let y'all know. Now it says, Cestui Que Vie remaining beyond the sea for 7 years together and no proof of their lives judged in action to direct the verdict as though Cestui Que Vie were dead. Now, this is when they talk about the child is supposed to come alive within 7 years. After 7 years, it's pronounced dead. And after that, you're going to have to prove it's alive or you're alive. So it says, if such a person or persons for whose life or lives such estates have been or shall be granted, as aforesaid, shall remain beyond the sea or elsewhere absent themselves in this realm by the space of 7 years together with no sufficient or evident proof be made of the lives of such persons or persons respectively in any action commenced for recovery of such tenements, you're going to have to do an action to get your tenements back. That is going to be an action done in probate or the probate jurisdiction, right? Then it says, I'm going to go back to read a little more. I lost my space where I was at. Commended recovery of such tenements by the leaser or revisioners in every such case a person or persons whose life or lives such estate depend shall be accounted as naturally dead. So if you don't go back for this estate, you are naturally dead. And in every action brought for recovery of the said tenements by the leaser or revisioners, their heirs and assignees, the judges before such whom such action shall be brought shall direct the jury to give their verdict, as if a person so remaining beyond the seas otherwise absent himself were dead. They did a whole motherfucking case to pronounce you were dead. At 7 years old. You don't even have the right to do any contract to even make yourself alive. Ain't that a bitch? But you can do it at any time once you learn. But it was a setup. Okay? Now, one thing I want to point out is this right here. I'm going to give you a little part of it right now. When you look up Legal Oregon, is an official newspaper of record for Georgia County, designated by a judge of probate court, sheriff, clerk of superior court to publish public notices required by law. These notices include information on foreclosure taxes, zoning hearings, and probate court proceedings. The designation requires a publication to meet specific qualifications such as being a weekly paid subscription newspaper printed continuously for at least 2 years, right? So the newspaper had to exist for 2 years, but you need to run an ad in there being the executor. Well, Jonah, how I'm going to just run an ad in the newspaper being the executor? Well, You got to come to my class. You got to understand what to do, right? You have to do what is called a name registration and register the name as the executor who becomes the owner of the estate. And then it has to be ran in the newspaper. And it's done by the authority of probate because it's said by designated. So look up the word designated. Designated means appoint someone to be specified position. Aren't you appointing? See, so they're appointing the newspaper or the legal organ to officially come out with legal notices about someone being alive or dead. It goes back to like kings, right? Well, when the king wanted to put in a new law, he had to proclaim the law and he had to put it in the town square, and he had one of his knights go out and read the edict, read or proclaim it, and then it became law because he let everyone know. Same thing you're doing with the estate, right? Then it says officially assign a specified status or ascribe a specified name or quality to. So you're actually getting the name qualified that is yours and the estate is yours, right? Then it says Webster Dictionary, to appoint or choose by name for a special purpose, to mark or point out, to call by name or title. Oh, Jonah, what you mean? Is this how we officially get our titles of nobility back? Yes. Yes. So you gotta do the DBA, run it in the newspaper, right? And that becomes, you get a seal from the newspaper, which means you get a seal from probate court. That's just the first part. Next Saturday, you learn all the other paperwork that goes along with it. Because you got paperwork at the Treasury, you got paperwork at the IRS. Yeah. But what do I know? Then it says, if the supposed dead man proves to be alive, then the title is revested. An action for mean profits with interest. So revested. What does revested mean? Let's find out what they're talking about right there. Revest means to restore or grant back something that was previously vested, such as authority, property, or rights. So you get everything restored to you when you do this process correctly. We got work to do, y'all. I'm giving y'all exactly what the law says, and then the meaning of the words that's written in that law. This ain't Jonah making it up. Right? So there's a huge difference in the way I teach and the way others teach. Right? So it says, provided always that if any person or persons shall be evicted out of lands or tenements by virtue of this act, afterwards, if such person or persons upon whose life or lives such estate or estates depend shall return again from beyond the seas, or shall on proof if any action be brought for recovery of the same to be made appear to be living or to have been living at a time of the eviction, that they and from their thenceforth tenement or lease who was outed of the same, his or their executors, administrators, or assignees shall or may re-enter, repossess, have, hold, and enjoy the same lands and tenements in his or their former estate for enduring the life or lives, or so long as the term as the said person or persons whose life or lives the said estate or estates depend shall be living. They're saying that all administrators, the courts themselves, they have to give you back your property. That's what that shit just said. But you're going to also do all the proof, and you're going to have to do an action according to this law. Well, Jonah, what action are you going to do? Well, you're going to have to do an action in equity. Equity is probate. Did y'all know that? I got a whole cheat sheet on equity law. It's called the cheat sheet on my site, Jonah Bay. We're going to actually have to use those records to bring the suit. Now, well, Jonah, I don't know how to get to equity court. Well, I'm going to tell you the truth. You always been in equity court. How's that possible, Jonah? Well, let's discuss it. Don't they create what's the name trust? What's the word I'm looking for? Constructive trust in court? According to Rule 17 of the Federal Rules of Procedure, they got to create a constructive trust just to be able to sue and bring you into court. Every court, whether it's criminal or if it's civil, it doesn't matter. It's under trust law, right? Which means if it's under trust law must be in equity court. Y'all have always been in equity court. I know, no one's ever told you this. A regular lawsuit is a lawsuit in equity court under probate law. This is why they got discretion on whether they're going to follow the law or not. Okay. Maybe you don't believe me. No, Jonah, you're just talking shit. Equity definition, what does it say? The quality of being fair and just, especially in a way that takes account of and seeks to address existing inequalities. The value in shares issued by a company. Y'all want the securities and the stocks and all that? Yeah, equity court. Now it says in WEX, in law, equity refers to remedies and procedures in civil law, distinct from legal remedies, often used when legal remedies are insufficient. In law, the term equity refers to a particular set of remedies and associated procedures involved with civil law. These equitable doctrines and procedures are distinguished from legal ones. While legal remedies typically involve monetary damages, equitable relief typically refers to the injunctions, specific performance, and vacatur. A court will usually award equitable remedies when a legal remedy is insufficient or inadequate. For example, court will generally award equitable relief for a claim which involves a particular unique piece of real estate if the plaintiff requests a specific performance. Distinction arose in England where there were separate courts of law and courts of equity. Following the pattern of America, some states created chancery courts which deal only with equitable relief. In other states, the courts of common law were empowered to exercise equity jurisdiction. Today, separate courts of chancery have largely been abolished, as the same court that may fashion legal remedy has the power to prescribe equitable one. They just told you what I told you. Every time you're in court, you in an equity court. Every time. Just because y'all be thinking Jonah be making shit up because you ain't never heard of it don't mean I'm making it up. I'll show and prove. Right? So you would sue them for the right to be the executor and to have all equitable remedies or trust that's involved with that estate under the name. You have to bring a suit according to the Cestui Que Vie Act. Right? Now, I'm at the halfway point. We're going to have to revisit this. I'm nowhere near, and I don't feel like going over time. I'm going to open up the call lines and take some questions. And you know what's crazy? In the build, we went over this yesterday. But, y'all didn't hear me go into it. So I said I'm going to do an add-on to Shaka's class and keep it moving. All right. So with that being said, I don't see no hands up. Good. That means I can just hang up right now. I ain't did my goddamn job. Nah, Indigenous, why you want to raise your hand now, nigga? All right. Indigenous, peace to Yahoo.
Peace. I was stretching, man. I was catching the Charlie horse.
Oh, man. Why didn't you put your hand up at the beginning of the show if you knew you was going to say some shit?
I did, man. I just didn't want it to be a short show, man. I can't lie to you. You just trying to skip out early on this, man, so you can go show everybody that new suit.
Yo! Why you calling me out?
Hey, Jonah. Hey, man, you look like one of the fly-ass brothers be in the hood talking about, hey, man, I sell life insurance, car insurance, home insurance. You know what I'm saying?
You got jokes always. I told you last week when I wore the beige one, I bought like 4 of them. I got mad colors. So, yeah.
Hey, I mean, I know you got to coordinate. But
coordinate.
Got to coordinate, man. Hey, so after yesterday, I went back. I read this twice last night, man. I fell asleep after that.
Right.
And I wrote down a few words to go look up some definitions, and I fell asleep. So I'm glad you decided to revisit it today, because this is one of those like a foundational document that kind of like it makes a lot of other stuff make sense. So that's what I like about this Cestui Que Vie.
Yes.
And so thank you for revisiting.
No doubt.
This lesson today.
It takes multiple times to hear a lesson to really start getting the gist of it. And that's what we want to do, is acclimate y'all to these laws and learning how to actually do it. Right? Now, someone in the chat said this. Smile said it. It would be a good to have a POA and a DBA. That's his question. I don't think you've been listening to me. Especially you weren't in those classes, Smile. You need to be in November 8th class. You are gonna do a POA, but not no one that you could make. That's part of the paperwork that has to be done in the IRS and on the Treasury level. Stop trying to jump ahead. You would get it wrong. You would do the wrong paper, and then they won't recognize you. You don't know that all securities go through the IRS and the Treasury? Slow down, little grasshopper. Get in the class. Learn how to do it. All right. LTEP Day Bay. Peace to Yahoo.
Peace to Yahoos. Peace to Yahoo.
What up?
Suit looking right. The suit is definitely looking right.
Thank you, brother. Sure. Thank you, brother. You know, it's a little nippy here in Atlanta, man. So I'm rocking corduroys and shit like that. You all, man?
We got the same weather. I'm in the Midwest too. You already know.
So another great show. I was there in the bill the other day, and yeah, you definitely went in more on the executiveship. And my question is, when you have a say you already have a case going on, right? So you got the case already going on, and you come in as John Doe, the way we usually come in, into the case about our allegiance. What you can still come in as the executor if you remove yourself?
You didn't hear the testimony I gave pertaining my life with my wife? Bars.
Yeah.
You know that was an ongoing case, right?
I thought it was just a one and done.
Nah, that case go back years, yo. We already had beat it with the third-party debt collector letter, right?
Oh, okay.
And then they came back before the statutes of limitations, a week before the statute of limitation ran out, right? And reopened it. And I'm like, yo, we already won this case. What the fuck they doing back in court? Like, you know what I mean? And then I said, man, I'm getting tired of this shit. Hold on, let me just finish them. And I did the executive paperwork, finished them.
Okay, see, I didn't get all that. And I heard you tell the story twice, but not all of that. That it was a previous case.
Yeah, it was a previous case about 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Okay, that answered the question for sure. Okay. Yeah, and that was just
and that was just what, a couple of weeks ago we did that.
What's that?
That was just a couple of weeks ago we did that.
Yeah, maybe it looks so easy.
It was so easy. They didn't want her in the building, yo. Stopped her at the door. Said, your case dismissed, handed her the paper. She's like, nah, I got to go in and see the judge. Oh, you want us to say it in front of the judge? Yes. Went in. This case is dismissed, judge. Here's her paperwork for the dismissal. And she didn't say not one word.
Now, who don't want that type of power? Back, because we had it before.
Oh, and by the way, the opposing attorney had to pay for the case and all of that. And he had to put his bar card down, everything, as a debtor. Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, well, that answers my question. So, yeah, okay. That's, again, this is very informative. And
as far as I know, people are getting wins. We've been getting remedy for years and years, almost 20 years, right? We ain't never got a win like that, though.
Yeah.
You understand? This is a different type of win.
Yes. This
all right.
is a totally different type of win. This is that win that we all wanted.
Right.
Be, innocent until proven guilty.
Right.
Yep. I yield the floor.
All right, peace. Abdul, peace to Yahoo.
Peace to Yahoo. Jonah, I just wanted to ask a question or two. Basically, I realized that when you go to, basically when you register your name or DBA or whatever, that's under the county. But when I was looking at the form, it says something about state or jurisdiction. And I just didn't know. I'm like, well, I can't put a state because it's the county. And that's as far as we want to go. So in that situation, sir, what would be,
say that again? I didn't understand what you was just saying.
Okay. So I was trying to just overlook the form and get to know what the form for Oklahoma would be. And when it says state or jurisdiction, and I know that.
Let me ask you, Abdul. Did you do it on the county level?
The county.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you would just do county.
No,
okay.
I'm asking you. Is the form coming from the county?
Actually, they do all the business. Like the county doesn't have a form because I did try to look at the county site.
It might be. It might be what you're saying.
Secretary of State.
What you're saying might be true, but I don't believe you.
Okay.
It has to be done on the county level. Didn't I just read to you that a DBA or not a DBA, business name registration got to be done on the county so that it can go through probate. If you're doing it on the Secretary of State, it's not the right way.
Right. Yes, sir. I was on the I think it was a bill where you actually went over with the guy from Chicago or something
Right.
like that.
Now, in case your form is like his, but his was still on the county, and he checked off a box that allowed it to stay in the county or go up to the state. If you can't get it on the county, you have to do it somewhere else.
Okay. I got you. Yes, sir.
And how many times have I said, yo, you can bring it here through Ben and get it done? But why would you be trying to force yourself to get it done if it's not able to be done there? You are sabotaging yourself. And y'all do it 24/7. Follow instructions. If you already heard me say it had to be done on the county level, I don't know why you asking me this question about a form that's done on the state level. Don't you think that's a little ridiculous? You asking me that when you know
yes,
what
sir.
you
Yes,
know
sir.
what I told you.
I thought I looked pretty thoroughly, and then of course, like on the county level, they just had a link to go to the state and said all.
You might have to look on the form to see if it gives you a choice of where it goes, like that dude in Chicago. But if you have any question, don't do it there.
Okay.
Take the path of least resistance. Take it somewhere where you know you're doing it correct.
Okay. Yes, sir.
When the fuck do they corporations just try to put a corporation in a place that's not good for their corporation? No, they do it in Nevada. They do it in Delaware and shit like that. Y'all got to do the same shit, man.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you, sir.
No doubt. Ja Rule, the Messiah Bay laptop. You trying to flex on us because you got a laptop, son? We don't care that you got a laptop.
I'm just doing my best Jonah Bay impression, man. I'm trying to flex these suits, man. I see what's going on here, man. You didn't got a hold to that Taylor from Blue Hill Avenue, man. I know what's going on, man.
Yo, y'all are silly as shit.
Hey, man. Hey, but check, man. Listen. So, something that you mentioned with respect to that Cestui Que Vie Act, I think I got to go back and read that again, man. But when we was talking about it yesterday, it was a few things that I think it kind of shot past me.
Well, that's why I read it for you, and now I'm gonna explain the words you need to look up and the overstanding of it, and mix it with the other laws and definitions and all that, so you can go into it more in depth.
Yeah,
because you may not see what I see.
For sure. I mean, and that's also why you say, man, make sure you read something 3, 6, and 9 times.
Right.
You're definitely gonna skip over something. I mean,
I'm a weirdo. I naturally see it when I read it the first time. It jumps out at me, but I study it and keep on reading it just to make sure I get all the information.
Yeah, see, that's a flex right there, man. See what I'm saying? You've been doing this over 20 years, man. I ain't got that much time in the game like that, man.
It don't take that long. It only take about if you're a genius, 3 times. If you regular, 6 times. If you slow, 9 times.
See, I equate that to me reading Dr. Seuss books, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, I know what they talking about the first time I read. See, that's how you are. You read it and you understand it the first time around because you've been reading for so long, right?
But even though I do, I make sure. I read it at least 2 more times to make sure.
Yeah.
And guess what? Each time I read it, I get more overstanding and see more and can explain it better to y'all.
Yes, and it's interesting when you brought up, I think you brought up the word revested. It wasn't reversion because I was thinking about escheat. Because I think that was.
It is that. Hold on, it's called revisioner.
Oh, so okay, all right. So I was on part in.
Uh-huh.
But see, what I was thinking about was I had kind of confused it. It might be similar. I got to go back and do my research.
It's cheat got to do with estates. It's really the same.
Okay, all right. So it is on part in. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because what I thought about was when y'all mentioned feudal law.
It is feudal law.
Yeah.
You never get to own. The tenants never get to own. You are under feudal law to this day, being that it is an estate and you're not the owner. That's what that act is talking about. It tells you could never own anything. Motherfuckers is dead at sea. And the sea is called the Sea of Commerce, right? Which goes back to the Vatican. It's called what? The Holy See. It's called the Holy See because that's the Sea of Commerce that you're dead in.
Got it.
Because they have what? The Cestui Que Vie Act, they have your estate. And they ruling it through probate law. I did a show a few weeks ago showing you that probate law was the law of what? The law of the church.
Ecclesiastic.
Yeah, ecclesiastical law. That's the law of the church. Thank you, brother. You notice I couldn't remember right then?
Man, I was digging through my mind, man. I appreciate the brother sharing that too.
Me too.
Yeah, that's man. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense, man. I'm gonna dig back in this publication, man. I had something that I was thinking about. I can't quite remember the question. I know I have it tomorrow for the bill, but it had to do with publication 559 and 515. I know 559 talks about the estates and everything, but I was thinking about 515 because that one addressed more so of the express trust. And so that's why I was thinking.
We're not doing express trust. Your express trust is already done as a foreign express trust, and that express trust is the beneficiary.
Correct. Let me restructure what I said. You're absolutely correct. I was thinking in terms of the 515 because you mentioned the non-resident alien portion when it went into 559. So that's why I was thinking about
the non-resident alien would be your express trust.
Correct. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. And like I said, the exact structure of the question, I gotta meditate on that a little bit.
Right.
So
I got you.
I can bring it to you, but looking at both of those publications, I've been going back and forth. I got an idea of what I want to ask, but like I said, I'm gonna table it until tomorrow. But hey, man, again, great show as always, man. Always breaking this law down, simplifying it for us where we can digest it, man. And man, by all means, man, like I said, man, that Taylor better look out, man. I'm telling you, I'm on his neck, man. I'm trying to figure out what's going on, man.
No doubt.
All right, peace, y'all.
Peace. El Tep Day Bay. Peace to Yahoo. You back again?
Yeah. I was just wondering if you can keep reading Cestui Que Trust for us, you know?
I could, but that's probably gonna be next week. I gotta finish the whole thing, yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm just trying to.
You know what's crazy? Because really, right now, I'm supposed to be reading y'all the rest of the Charter of Georgia.
Either or.
I be jumping around like a motherfucker, man. I got so much information to reveal. I just don't be knowing what to do.
And that's what I'm talking about. I'm trying to wait for the revealing. So
yeah,
when you read, you revealing, and I'm comprehending. Or if I'm not comprehending right then, I can go back. But when you break it down, it's like none other. So you know, whether it be that or this, any information you can read out to us again. At least you know.
Right.
But anyway, somebody else hand us up.
All right then. Aaron L. Peace to Yahoo.
Peace to Yahoo, Jonah. My question is, 1666. That's a long time to be under, to be dead and surviving at this point and waking up.
Yeah, that's when 1666 is when the Catholic Church, the Roman Catholic Church, took over and started taking everyone's estates, right? But then, as I told y'all tonight, they have updated ones. They got 1948, they got 1888, and they got 1948. We got to read them all.
Yeah, that's them revising it,
Mm-hmm.
adding extra stuff to it.
Yes.
I appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you, my
helping a lot of
brother.
people, Jonah. Keep it up.
Thank you. I will. I'll keep it going. Natalia, peace to Yahweh.
Peace, Yahweh, Jonah. I don't really have a question. I'm grateful and thankful for all the information and knowledge that you're giving us, that we can have a legacy and acquire our ancestors' estates. But I was just wondering if I was able to email or screenshot my documents and then you get back to me for my consultation.
Yeah, you can
Because
email it
right
to me.
before
Already
the
have it in the email and set up your consultation. And then when I get to call you, you're going to have to text your number. And then when I get to call you, I'll be like, yo, did you email me already? And you say, yeah. And I say, what's your email? And you give me the email and I say, yeah, that shit is right. But you missed this right here.
Right. So what's the email you want me to send it to?
jonahbay@gmail.com.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I yield the floor because time.
But let me ask you this question, Tyre. How you
Sure.
know the shit that I'm teaching you is even real? Might be bullshit.
Oh, I know this shit work because I was important and yeah, thanks, yeah. You can't tell me nothing different. It was a different story once I knew the knowledge. It's like I knew I had rights, but I couldn't stand on them. Everybody was, giving me 85% truth, making it sound good, had me being a paper terrorist. And then I ran across your shit, and your shit was respected. I said, oh shit, this the one.
Right. Well,
been good ever since.
Y'all make me laugh when y'all be like, yo, your shit, it ain't my shit. It's their laws. But what I do is point to the shit.
You pointed it out.
Yeah, I pointed out. That's what I do. It ain't my shit. 1966? You know I wasn't alive in 1966. It ain't my shit.
Yeah, well, I greatly appreciate it.
All right. Peace. DB, peace to Yahweh.
Peace to Yahweh. I'll put in a consultation Monday. What do I need to do?
You put what? Say again?
I'll put in a consultation for Monday.
A consultation? Did you text my phone number?
Yes, sir. I texted the number you give us.
Okay. I'll get to you.
Okay. I just wanted to say that. One more question. Ray, who won the versus battle between No Limit and Cash?
I didn't see it. I didn't hear it. I found out about it last night. It came across my feed, but I don't know. I ain't hear nothing.
Part of the reason I brought it up.
I would have to say Cash Money would have to win. I think they had more hits and more people.
You talked a lot about the Moors in Louisiana, Moors in New York. And I thought also about how you say you should be grown men. Because both of those brothers are over 50.
Yes. Grown fucking men.
Way over 50. And I paid attention to that dress. And I thought about what you were saying.
Percy Miller, he gets dressed in suits. But when he's doing his persona as Master P, he doesn't. But I think that's more of a choice for that career. But I believe when he's not doing that rapping stuff, he's dressed like a businessman.
He's businessman.
Yeah, I've never seen Baby. I ain't never seen Birdman get dressed. Never ever.
I mean, he got the money, but he just,
He dressed like a kid. I'm talking about no promos, no walking across award shows. I've never even seen him with a blazer.
Right, I'm with you. He got the money, though.
That's probably why Tony Braxton talked him into marrying her and divorced him, what, a month later and got that bread? After being, and she played the long game because she was with him 9 years.
I believe they know about some of this, how we operating, because they got a bad.
I hope he protected himself. That's crazy. Yeah, that's
all
crazy.
I have, Dr. P. I'll be looking forward to the conversations.
All right. Peace. This is what Brother Smile wrote. I haven't filed paperwork yet, and that's the reason. Need to make sure before I shoot myself in the foot. LOL. I'm not that dense or that short. Brother Smile, this is why you're supposed to get a consultation where I can look over your paperwork and make sure it's right before you put it in. So just make sure you get the consultation and you're going to be all right. Even if you're wrong, I'm going to help you fix it and make sure it's right so you can be right. Natalia, you back? Or you didn't lower your hand?
Is it lowered now?
Yeah, it's lowered now.
All right, thank you. I didn't know. My apologies.
God damn. Indigenous, man, your ass come back too much. What the hell you want?
Hey, man, I just wanted to say, man, hey, Jonah, the suit's so motherfucking fly, man.
This nigga.
And you owe it to yourself and to us, man, like an extra 15 minutes, man. We can go jump in that Georgia charter real quick, man. Come on, man. Come on, Jonah.
Nah, I ain't doing that. He said, Brother Smile said, I know and will not, stupid, been on this for over a year now and still not 100%. You're not going to be 100%, Brother Smile, until you start doing it. When you do it and it's right, then you're going to know how to do it. We really don't know until we do it. We believe we know, but we don't know until we do it. So it's okay. I don't know shit until I do it either. I don't believe no one knows anything until they do it. They believe they're right. Jay Cali. Oh my God, man, I've been fucking up. I keep on forgetting to call you, John.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna call and complain in front of everybody.
I bet you are, motherfucker. I don't care. You know me. You've been around me 20 years. Ain't nothing you could say that'll hurt my feelings.
You can do it late or you can do it during the day. Either way.
Oh, really? Okay. I
can ask you now, but it's a whole bunch of questions. You know me.
Yeah, I do. I'd rather not go through that at the end of the night.
Yeah. Besides, it's pretty much time, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. 2 minutes. All right. Carl. Peace to Yahuwah.
Peace, Yahuwah. All I have to say is don't forget about me. I got the consultation with you on the DBA.
Right. I won't. If you text my number, I'm gonna call tomorrow. You know what I mean? And that's 2 people, because as far as I can see on my consultation, I only got 2 calls to make. So if both of y'all text me, I don't know who the hell else is talking about they got consultations or they didn't follow instructions.
All right, peace.
Peace. Travis L., peace to Yahuwah.
Peace, John. How you feeling tonight, man?
I'm feeling wonderful, magnificent, and great. How you feeling?
I say. I'm keeping my questions. I'm saving my questions to after the next class, so I could ask a better question, get better answers. But I do want to know if I got a couple people, they wanted to know, like, what deodorant I use, and I was telling them, like, man, shit, the best deodorant I ever had was from your wife, so they wanted to know where they can get it. But when when I tried to shoot them the email, the site, they said they couldn't find it. So
say
I
what?
don't know if it was the Naturals Omega.
I don't think they spelling it right. It's Naturals Omega with an S on the omegas.com.
Yeah.
Like, hold on, let me pull it up right now. Cause it makes me wonder if she paid her site. Because a lot of people forget to put that S on it.
The S?
Yeah. And did they put it as all one word?
Mm-hmm. Let me try it too. Shoot. I'll be on there.
Shit, I didn't find it either. It's Naturals with an S, Omega.com. See, they made some fish oil that sounds like it. I don't see it.
Yeah, it didn't pull up for me too. Usually it come right up when I try and pull it up.
I told you they've been attacking my money, right?
Try Michelle's store. We had to go up under Michelle's store to get it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, that's crazy. They fucking with us like that.
That's facts, Jonah.
I'm glad you told me. I didn't know nothing about that.
Yeah. I had a few people asking me, and I was like, "Yo, shit, this where you go? They got you covered." And they was like, "Yeah, man, I tried to go where you sent me, but
you put Michelle's store, but did you put it as one? How'd you put it in?
Naturals Omega.
No, how did she say she put it in as Michelle's store?
Oh, Michelle. Oh, okay. Let's see. So that's what you type in.
I don't know. I need her to come back in and tell us.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
That's a shame it will not let me come back in. It was through the email that was sent.
You had to do it from a link from my site, right?
Mm-hmm. And it wouldn't pull up unless it went under Michelle.
Tell them to go to my site and hit Michelle's store.
Okay.
JonahBay.com. Hold on, let me check and make sure that worked too. I went to my site and it changed the daggone, took me somewhere else. Hold on. Yeah, they messing with me, y'all. Never forget. They don't be fucking with me like that. All right, so where it says Michelle's store, where's that at on the site?
It was from an email from a last purchase. So, like, if he purchased from you before, it was connected to the email.
I'm gonna tell my son to put a hyperlink to Michelle's store on my site. Then, thank you for the heads up with that. I'll try to get it fixed. No problem, yeah, I'll definitely try to get it fixed. Well, y'all, that's our show for today. We got an up and coming webinar, November 8th. Buy your tickets at johnahbay.com, and we'll see you there. It's called The Executorship Take Over It All. All right? So, with that being said, peace to Yahuwah.
Peace.
Peace.